What's up, guys? I know it's late. I know it's in the West in America. Again, I'm on vacation, so my timing is very different. But if there's no traction, if there's not any people who want to talk about it, I'll probably try to check out on TikTok, see if there's any people who want to have a conversation. Right? I mean, I have some prompts, some conversation ideas. Right? I hope you guys checked out my TikTok live. I did a TikTok live debating. Yo, Brent, you were up late, my brother. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I did. Please check out my. I did a TikTok live debating some know liberal youngsters. Right? I'm pretty sure they sound young, so please check that one out. If there's not many people who are up tonight, right, wanting to have a respectful back and forth conversation, I'll probably jump on TikTok and check that out. See if there's any traction on that. But I get it, right? I'm late. I mean, I guess it's a Sunday. It's hard to, figure out days because of the time difference. Um, but I get it, right? It's late over there. So there might not be many people up this late who wants to have a conversation. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm bored. I'm not really doing much. So if anyone else is bored, we could always have a conversation, right? We can always have a conversation. Brent, I hope you're doing well, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know. I mean, you're up too late. You need to get some rest, my brother. I was just seeing the, you know, uh, night owls that would want to have a conversation. Probably not. So, don't know how long. I'm good, my brother. I'm good. Just chilling. Just chilling. Guys, if you guys want to have a conversation, respectful, I'm very respectful, right? If you guys are bored, ain't doing much, we can always have a conversation back and forth, respectful conversation. If you guys have a different of opinion, but yeah, Brent, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I honestly can't wait to get back to the U.S. So have some regular live streams. But yeah, I mean, these will suffice in the meantime, right? Just conversations with chat, right? So if anyone wants to have a conversation, if the YouTube chat doesn't, it's all good, right? I understand. It's late. Not many people would, it's up for conversation. But I mean, if no one on YouTube is, I usually go over to TikTok and try it out. There's usually some more liberal people on TikTok than there are on YouTube, or at least more vocal liberal people. So, um, but yeah, I mean, while you guys here, let me explain my prompts, right? Let me get my some what my thought patterns are. So number one, right? Modern protesters and activists are idiots, terrible humans. They destroy cities, don't care about lives. I slept most of the day, so I'm up now watching some horror movies. Horror movies. Yo, I'm thinking about when I get back, I want to do some horror streams, right? Just check out some horror shorts, watch it with the chat. I think that might be fun. I'm interested. I'm a little bit, I mean, I'm not like a horror buff, but I do like some, horror movies or horror content. So, yeah, I think modern protesters and activists are stupid, right? I mean, yes, it's in our rights. It's our right to protest. It's what we're protesting, okay? It's what we're protesting right now is the absolute idiocy, right? Absolute stupidity. So I think what we're protesting now, the things that we're protesting is absolute stupid. So that's it. Number two, trans people are mentally unstable people, and women that support it are anti-women. I think the people community are emotionally and mentally unstable people. particularly the ones. I mean, like, if you think that, you know what, if you are, I've seen some certain trans people who, who will say, like, you know what, they know that they're men, right? They just want to be women, but they know they're men. They're not women. Okay, understandable. That's cool. Get it. There are only two powers in the world: monarchy and oligarchy. Interesting quote. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. But the ones who the trans people who think that they are the opposite sex, and they also do things to push their ideology, right, or push their agenda. I think they're disgusting and mentally disturbed, because there's, like, what is it, a Minnesota representative, right? A trans person, Minnesota representative, is trying to push propaganda that, or push an agenda where we should allow children to watch pornographic content, right? Particularly children. Absolutely idiotic. Absolutely disgusting. So, I think trans people are mentally disturbed, and the women that support these trans women, they're anti-women. Like, are you kidding me? Do you literally know that you're not supporting women? You're supporting men pretending to be women. You're supporting men putting on a mask of womanhood. Absolutely stupid. I think women, I'm surprised women are not at the forefront of speaking out against the whole trans movement. It's usually men. I mean, of course, there's some women that talks about it, but it's mostly women that support, and mostly men that talk out about it. So, yeah. Number 3, abortion is murder. And for women to dodge accountability. Now, also, abort supporters should support men able to say yes or no to child support. If so, it's kind of a two thing, right? So it's a bit of a whole bunch of topic in number 3, right? I've said this before. I'm pro-choice, right? Pro-choice, but not pro-abortion, right? As adults, do what the hell you want, right? Do what the hell you want. But abortion is honestly just majority of the time, it's just women using it as a birth control method. It's not used for extreme cases majority of the time. So it's usually just women dodging accountability. You have sex with a man you don't want, or a man that don't want you. You have unprotected or, irresponsible sex with men you don't want or don't want you, and you just use abortion as a birth control method. Very stupid. Now, but if you are supporter of abortion, to be consistent in your logic, you should be supporting men, right, saying no or yes to child support. That men don't have to be forced to give child support. Usually, that's the hypocrisy of a lot of women. The same women that would support abortion, they say men need to do child support. It's like, okay, so you want women to have reproductive rights, but you don't want men to have any. That's the hypocrisy of it, right? You say men have no say whether women abort or not. Yet men have also no say whether they, give child support or not. It's the absolute stupidity of that, absolute insanity in that one. So, it's a whole bunch of kind of topics, but it kind of talks more about abortion or birth control rights. Number 4, I support ICE, the deportation of illegal immigrants. I support that. So I don't know. I mean, very straightforward in that one. And number 5, I believe liberals do not love America. They are. I think they are the root cause of it's what ruining America. So those are my views. I mean, if anyone's interested, we could talk about it. We could go back and forth. If not, I get it. Right? Heard in a video earlier, women said most women deletion is birth control more than condoms. Really? Heard in a video earlier, women said most women deletions as birth control more than condoms. That's the thing where I think it's stupid, right? A lot of times women allow these men that they either they're not they don't see a future with, or don't see, or the men don't see a future with them, they allow these men to finish in them. I don't I seriously uh, don't suspect that a lot of these women actually uh, make these men put condoms on, or a lot of these women don't have birth controls. So, I hate to think, oh, like the pro-abortion people always say, oh, all these birth control methods, they fail, right? A birth control of some sort, or condoms and all that stuff, they fail. But I think it's an excuse, because I think a lot of times they don't even they're not even on birth control, or they don't even make the man put a condom on. So I just think it's an excuse that women use. So, um, but yeah. I mean, I know it's late. Late, you guys. If you guys aren't, I mean, if you guys are up this late, right, and you guys are bored, we could always, I'm always down for a conversation. Dennis, evidently false. Yeah. I mean, birth control and it fails, or he has a condom on and it fails. I think a lot of times, a lot of these women are reckless, because you got to think about this, right? In a lot of cities, Atlanta, in parts of Texas, they have high STD, STI, HIV cases. So, are you actually putting on a condom? Are you actually making these men put on a condom? I doubt it, right? I doubt it. I really do. So you like a lot of these cases, a lot of these cities, you already see that a lot of these men are not even putting on condoms, right? Women are not forcing these men to put on condoms, and then you get the argument, why must women force the men put on condoms? Are you kidding me? Like, the least you could do is practice safe sex, right? If he's not going to even put on a condom, why would you even allow him to have sex with you? That's the insanity of it. So, yeah, women, a lot of times, a lot of these liberals, these women make 0 cents. They make 0 cents. Thank you guys for checking out live, right? I mean, thank you guys for just stopping by. I mean, even if for a few seconds, right? Just thank you guys for checking out the live. Like I said, if you guys are up this late, ain't doing much, you're bored, I'm always, and you don't mind, if you want a respectful conversation, okay? I'm always down to have a conversation, right? I wish YouTube would adopt what TikTok is doing, right? Where you can have guests, right? Where you can invite guests. I hope YouTube would change that eventually, right? Where you can invite guests, like just like TikTok does. I mean, the only way you can invite guests, and you can only invite one guest, you have to do it before the stream. So everything has to be already planned, which you ain't gonna be able to do that easily. So, yeah. So we'll see if there's any traction, if anyone wants to have a conversation. If not, I understand it, right? It's late. It's late. Not everyone wants to talk about this stuff, you know? So I totally understand. All right? If no one is, no one's interested, I totally understand. But I'm saying, like, you guys are bored, ain't doing much, love to have a conversation, I'm always down. I mean, I like having a conversation, right? I like having a conversation with people who agree and who disagree. So I definitely, I mean, I kind of like doing these prompt debate conversational lives. It's fun, right? It's fun sometimes, just to have conversations with people who either agree or disagree. So I like doing them. I'll probably wait for like a few more minutes. If there's no, if there's no one, I'll probably end the live. It happens. That's why it would have been better, right? It would be better if, like I said, if YouTube actually copies TikTok by allowing viewers to join, right? If YouTube would do that, I think it would be this whole live thing would be so much better. So I mean, that's why if I don't get no if no one's interested, I'll probably a little bit later check TikTok. TikTok usually, there's always someone who wants to join in and have some debates, have a conversation. So you know, I'll probably check. I'll probably check TikTok if no one's interested. But still, guys, please check out my other videos. I think they're good. I think they're interesting. Some interesting point of views, right? So hopefully you guys could check out my other videos, and I'm always down to have a conversation on them. I also had some viewers give me some ideas for videos too. I'm always down. Please, I'm always down to hear any opinions you guys have for ideas or topics. So that's definitely I don't mind. What do you think about Muslims pushing to ban dogs? Obviously, that would never happen. I never heard of that one. I haven't heard Muslims pushing to ban dogs. Now, I definitely have some opinions, right? I definitely have some opinions from what I see from social media. So I'm going to preface that things I've seen from social media, what Muslims are doing. I think I'm very critical on that, right? Muslims are coming into white nations, and they are. I just heard about it earlier this week. I didn't hear about it. What and where? In the U.S. or the U.K.? I just know that a lot of Muslims are like. I think they're out of pocket, right? I think the whole Muslim push is like they're not assimilating, and they're trying to. I think controversially, I think a lot of Muslims or the Muslim in general, the Muslim community is kind of trying to push their ideology into the Western world. I really do, and I think that that's a you know I think that's not a good thing. Okay, I've been seeing it. They're doing it in the UK, and they're doing it in you know in America. To be honest, I think this is the thing. These white nations, right? The UK, America, they should be predominantly white Christian countries. Okay, Christianity is the root of these countries. So leave it. Don't mess with it. I swear to God. I mean, like, there are plenty of Muslim countries, yet you want to immigrate to another country and trying to push your ideology onto the people. I think that's disgusting. Now you could practice, right? Practice your you know, your way of life however you want. But I think they're trying to force their ideology onto other people. Like, I've been hearing that they're getting mad at other people who, like, I saw a video of someone getting mad at someone else for eating during Ramadan. That person wasn't Muslim. They can eat during your religious practice, okay? Or they get mad at people who are eating pork. They get mad at people who, let's say, for women to dress how women want. It's like, seriously, you do not push your ideology onto other people. You don't rule the country, right? You can't change the laws. You can't change, other people's way of lives. You can live yours however you want. Affecting other people, now that is what I'm talking about. It's like, I think that's not a good thing. So I hope that it's a slippery slope. I'm seeing more and more news, social media content about what Muslims are doing, and I don't know, the repercussions of it yet, but we'll see. They tried having pork removed from Canadian school lunches. See, that's the insanity of it, right? That's the craziness of it. If you don't want to eat it, don't eat it, right? No one's forcing you to eat it, but then you're trying to force other kids who aren't Muslim to follow your your beliefs, to follow your religion or the rules of your religion. That is the insanity of it, right? If you don't want to eat, that's the same thing. If you don't want to eat lunch in these schools because there's pork, pack your own food, right? Pack your own food. The Muslim parents should be packing food for Muslim children. Don't care what other children are eating. That's not your issue. That's not your that shouldn't be your problem. That shouldn't be your issue. That's the thing where I'm seeing it more and more, where Muslims are trying to push their ideology onto other people. And that's the problem I have. Right? That's the issue I have right now. Well, at least I'm seeing on social media. So I'm definitely against that shit. Right? I really am. Because like I said, keep these countries predominantly white Christians, right? Because I think that's what made these countries the success stories that they are, right? Canada, the UK, Australia, America. Stop trying to change the root of these countries, the identity of these countries. I think that's wrong. I also want to say, when I say that, you know what? It's getting bad in Canada, not UK bad yet. Oh, God. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Canadians, they're too good. The Canadians are too nice. All right? You guys got to be, I don't know. I don't know what you guys got to do. You guys are a very left-leaning country, and the UK has become very left-leaning. I think the UK is going downhill. The UK is going downhill. I think the UK is going downhill first. Probably Canada will be second. If the US doesn't wake up from it, they might be third. But the US they're more right leaning. At least they have a good, strong right leaning, party or right leaning group. So they're able to fight against it. Plus, the mentality is different, right? You could say that Americans are not as nice or as accommodating to other people like Canadians are. Canadians are too good, too nice for their own detriment, I think, right? At least, what is perceived. Canadians are too nice, too welcoming for their own good, right? Too left-leaning for their own good. So, because you're seeing what's happening in the UK, right? being so left-leaning, being so accommodating, being so, opening your arms. The UK is suffering because of their liberalism, right? The UK is suffering because of their liberalism. I just saw a UK thing, like Parliament vote against investigating Muslim pedos. Are you kidding me? That's insanity. So your government said no to investigating Muslim pedos. But hey, if it's white people, yeah, they'll investigate that shit. But you know what? Muslim people that, do shady things to kids, we can't touch them because it'll be racist or, something against the Muslim people. Absolute, utter insanity. So, I no. Shorty, oh my God, you should see law. I can't believe we. Oh, CLA. I can't believe we are having the Olympics there. Trash is everywhere. Tents, homeless people, transient bums. Oh, LA is. God, I'm sorry. I feel bad for anyone who's a little bit right leaning and living in LA. That is. LA's I can't do it. I don't think I could do it, right? I mean, LA is pretty much the UK of the US, right? So I what's happening in New York as well? God, what do you guys? I don't know what, man. They're destroying themselves. I think even though that California and New York has the highest GDP in the world, they're eating themselves alive. They're killing themselves. Okay? Plus, it's funny. The New York and California hates rich people so much, right? New York and California hate rich people so much, yet the only reason why they have the highest GDP in the U.S. is because of rich people. They're backwards. They are backward states. But you're seeing it, right? We're seeing right now the suffering of New Yorkers, and we're seeing the suffering of Californians. Our mayor and governor suck 100%. Big Mama, what is up? What is up? They're trying to turn it into a third world country. Oh my God! I swear that they're destroying beautiful states, right? New York and California are beautiful states. They're destroying it. They are destroying these states just because they want to fully embrace the woke, liberal, feminist, left, whatever, communist, whatever ideologies they have. They're destroying their states. I feel bad for the people. Big Mama, you've been saying that's a thing, right? That's the problem, yeah. You've been saying this too, all right? You've been saying it for 4 years. That's the problem, right? But this is the thing where the problem is that it's a predominantly liberal state, right? Those are predominantly liberal states. They don't care. They don't care if they ruin their own states. They don't care if they ruin their own country. They have to follow their liberal, their communist, socialist ideologies. They have to. So they will destroy themselves. They will follow their ideology, their programming, their propaganda to their own detriment. That is the sad part. Out of control liberals, exactly, and they're destroying. It's just they don't care. This is why I said, right? They don't care about the country. They don't care about the country. Their own ideology to the detriment of the country. So the California liberals, New York liberals, they will follow their ideology regardless viewpoint. Em đang làm hả? Tưởng em không có làm nữa. Tưởng em không có đi làm đâu. Okay. Không để nữa. Yeah, they're out of control. 25% care. But that's the sad part. It's not the majority, right? That's why I feel bad for actual Americans, right? Actual Americans, America loving Americans in these states. I feel bad for them. I really do. $100%. They are trash. They're evil trash. They are destroying our countries, right? I'm like on the outside looking in with Canada, with the UK, even in Australia. They're destroying these countries, and the U.S. is on that road too. So I hate it. I will do what I can to push my voice out there, because I think it's not a good thing. Em sẽ làm bao lâu? Hả? 5 giờ. Em sẽ làm bao lâu? Em làm bao lâu?
5 giờ để làm bạn được không?
Vì sao hồi nãy em nói là hôm nay em không có làm?
Đi 5 giờ thôi.
Ok.
Tối muộn quá. 8 giờ này mình đi ngủ được ra chơi.
Don't. Whiskey, what is up, my brother? What is up? It's been ages. I miss you. I miss you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, my brother. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Huh? Okay. Okay. Hả? Nhớ, anh tưởng em tới mà. Không có đi làm mà. Yes, liberals want Sodom and Gomorrah, pure evil, debauch. Exactly. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. They want debauchery. Liberals want debauchery. Whiskey, I'm glad you're okay, my brother. I missed you, I do. This is why I can't wait to come back to the U.S. to do regular live streams. I miss you guys. I miss my chat, right? And that's the problem, right? It's the debauchery of the liberals. They want total anarchy, total chaos, disorder, lawlessness. Yeah. I hate it. That's why I'll speak out against it. I'm not the most, I'm not like I'm saying I'm better than anyone, but, as an average American, we got to speak out. We got to let our voice be heard. American, Canadians, whatever, people who don't want liberals to ruin our country, we got to speak out against it. Definitely got to speak out against it. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Please like the stream. It helps me out. Please like the stream. All right. If everyone isn't subscribed, please do. It always helps. It always helps. Please check out my other videos, right? And that's the thing, right? That's kind of what I want to do. Right? I think the liberal mindset is ruining our country. I think it's ruining our youth. I literally saw high schoolers, middle schoolers, right? Even some in elementary trying to protest. Are you kidding me? What the hell are you guys protesting? Oh, we don't want deportation of illegal immigrants? What? The stupidity in that. And then some of them said, oh, you know what? I have immigrant friends. Okay, that's not the issue. Right? Trump is not trying to deport immigrants. He's trying to stop illegal immigration. Right? He's deporting illegal immigrants. That's not the same as, as legal immigrants. The immigrants that went through the process of becoming an American, it's not the same. So they're ruining our country. They're ruining our youth. Oh, 100%, Brent. Yeah, the school protesting stuff is pissing parents off. It is pissing the hell out of me. Right? Pissing the hell out of me. Because these liberal teachers, liberal faculty, right? Who's allowing it, or the ones that have poisoned our kids already. Like, seriously, our kids should not be caring about politics. They shouldn't. Like, we already have a problem, an education problem, and yet our kids are caring about stupid issues. No, that's the problem. They are messing with our kids. The liberals are messing with our kids, and I'm not for it. That's the problem. You know what? You wanna be your mentally disturbed. You want to be your mentally disturbed self. Okay, fine. But now you're trying to push your stupid ideology onto the kids. No, we got to fight against it. We got to speak out against it. That's the thing where we got to speak out against. We can't allow it to happen. So that's why I'm gonna be standing on, like, Americans or Canadians or whoever. We got to speak out against these liberals who are trying to poison our kids. Poisoning the minds of our kids. They're using their students as human shields 100%, and most of these kids just want out of school for the day. Exactly! These kids don't know shit. These kids don't know anything. They just want out of school. These kids are freaking lazy. They're lazy. And a lot of them are stupid. Most of them are stupid. So that's the thing where they take any opportunity to get out of school. So it's the adults' fault. It's adults' fault for pushing these stupid ideology onto the kids, for allowing these stupid ass actions. So no, that's the problem, right? That's the problem we have. So no, we got to speak out against it. Got to speak out against these liberal teachers. I'm sorry. This is a problem where, teachers are pushing out propaganda and these leftist ideologies to our kids instead of educating our kids in actual things that will benefit them. Mathematics, science, like, seriously. Exactly. Largest generation of people who can't read. We are seriously, if you actually look at studies in America, we have a huge illiteracy problem, right? Kids are reading at a lower level reading level. Kids are suffering in school, yet we think it's a good thing to push these liberal ideology on our kids instead of actually educating our kids. In a socialist society, the leaders of the population will become very sexually sadistic. Oh, no. On the greater society, the regime will impose puritanical moral. Yeah, I mean, that's no. I think we are entering we got to fight against it. We got to talk out. Thank you guys for being here. Right? I know some of the, my usuals are here. But thank you for, others who are just checking out the live. If you guys are bored, and I get it, right? Nothing much to do, like just chilling with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for chilling with me. You guys are amazing. There's a university woman who's suing her high school for passing her when she can't even read. God, is that true? Damn. That is crazy. Yeah, this is the thing where I've seen it, right? I've seen a lot of schools. They pass these kids who could barely read at their own grade level. They're just pushing these kids out. They're pushing these kids out. They poorly taught these kids, and now they just push these kids out. They turn these kids out of these schools, not educating them. Yeah, this is the thing. This is what we're talking about. Our schools are suffering. Our kids are suffering. We got to speak out against it. This is what I'm talking about. Pushing these stupid ideologies onto our kids and not even actually teaching our kids to read, write, to do mathematics. No. Our kids are suffering from this shit. I said it. Liberals are ruining our country. And one way they're doing it is through our kids. Right? One way the liberals are ruining our country is through our kids. So. Rudy, thank you. I always love the people who agree, right? I also respect people who disagree, but I show support for the people who also agree with me. Thank you for the love. Again, like I said, liberals are ruining our country. We gotta speak out against it. I don't promote violence, but I definitely promote speaking out against it. Having a voice. Don't let them don't let them win the intellectual battle. Mike, what is up, my brother? What is up? Thank you for agreeing. Thank you for agreeing. Like I said, I respect the people who are like-minded. I also respect the people who disagree, but much love and respect for the people who are like-minded. Thank you for the love. Thank you for agreeing. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the love and support. And what we're doing, we're just talking about, the liberal insanity, right? That's happening in our countries, right? It's happening in the US, it's happening in Canada, it's happening in the UK, right? These amazing countries are being destroyed by liberal ideology. These amazing countries are being destroyed by liberal ideology. All right? They are being destroyed from the inside out. Said in 10 to 15 years from now, people won't know how to read a book properly. That's disgusting. And that's the thing where I don't remember where I saw it, right? But I saw a study where more teachers than ever are liberal-minded, right? So instead of teaching our kids to read, write, do mathematics, about science, about, education that will push them to be better adults, more successful adults, no. They're pushing propaganda, right? Not all teachers, but a lot, right? They're pushing propagandas. They're teaching pronouns. They're talking about sex with our kids, right? They're talking about sex with our kids. Like Mike said it, right? All my teachers were brainwashing. Exactly. They're teaching about, hating Trump, pushing their liberal agendas. All right, they're teaching about sexual education, transgender people, alphabet people. Right? They're that's the ridiculous of it, right? That's the danger that's happening to our kids. So instead of teaching our kids to be productive adults, to be successful adults, what they're doing is trying to indoctrinate our kids to be future liberals. That's the insanity of it. That's the insanity. Tom, what is up? Well, I found the worst human on YouTube. I mean, if just talking about things, right? Just talking, having a conversation, whether you agree or disagree, if that's what you think is the worst human on YouTube, I feel bad for you. Another problem with liberals, right? That's another problem with liberals, where they have a hard time with actually having a respectful conversation with each other, right? They cannot stand people who have difference of opinions. That's the thing where, again, talking does not make, well, I'm an independent, bud. Well, then, I don't know, what would you make it? For me, I always said I'm center right, right? I'm center right. So, I don't know what about it that makes it the worst human on YouTube? Your words, not mine. Tony, what is up? What is up? Here comes Trump building USA back up. Yeah. Right. For me, I could be critical of both sides. Right. Left is intolerant. I agree. The left is intolerant. Okay. I don't consider anyone a terrible human being if they have a different view than me. No, please, nothing but hate, right? I don't say, I go through action, right? I only go through action. I'm not promoting hate. I promote accountability, right? The things you do, there's consequences to it, right? I think that liberal ideology is destroying our country. All right, your first statement. All right, first statement. Modern protesters and activists are idiots and terrible humans. They're destroying cities, which they are. There's plenty of video proof of protesters and activists destroying public and private property. All right, plenty of video proof of activists, protesters destroying public and private property. Okay, and they are even in Minnesota, right? Blockade, right? They're blocking streets, right? I've seen plenty of protesters interfering in everyday American lives. So yes, that is idiotic and terrible. So you call them what I call. But see, this is the thing where my action is talking. I'm not destroying public property. That's the problem with you, all right? We are talking. I'm not out there destroying public property trying to get my opinion across. I'm not out there, right, interfering in everyday American lives. So that's the difference between me and you. You call me the worst human being on YouTube because we're talking, while I call the left protesters the worst human being because they are interfering, right? And they're interfering with American lives and they're destroying properties of other Americans. So me and you, we're different, right? Me and you, we are definitely very different, right? I call worst human beings because of their actions. You call me worst human beings because of words. So yes, we are very different. Protesters are paid, protesters are paid, not acting on personal beliefs. They're paid to destroy. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of protesters, some kind of protesters, are within these are pushing people to act out. I wouldn't be surprised. But again, at the end of the day, if you're stupid enough to fall for these paid insiders, and you destroy public property and you interfere in American lives, yeah, you're terrible. You are a terrible human being. Maybe not the worst human being alive, but you're definitely a terrible human being. Sheep following the paychecks blindly. I agree. Whiskey, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Exactly. I agree. Words and actions are different. Exactly. I'm here. I'm willing to talk to people who disagree with me. I'm willing to talk to people who disagree with me. Whether you think I'm the worst human being alive, that's up to you. But to me, I wouldn't say that's the worst human being alive, but terrible human beings is destroying other people's property, ruining other people's lives, interfering in other people's lives. That's what makes you terrible human beings, or makes you idiots. When you are interfering and harming other people's lives. While I'm here online just talking to you. Whether you agree with me, disagree with me, I'm always respectful. I will always be respectful to people, even if people disagree with me. I mean, like, I'm only starting this to, if you guys are bored, have nothing to do, let's have a conversation, a respectful conversation. I think that's what we need. This whole protesting and activist thing, you're not helping anything. You're not pushing any kind of good logic across. You're just making people hate, right? Hate the left, right? The protesting and the activism, it's not helping. Let's come out and let's talk to each other, right? Let's talk to each other. Let's be respectful to each other. Let's try to, if we can, change minds. If we can't, come to a peaceful, respectful, agree to disagree, place. That's my thing. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for coming by, right? Whether you guys agree, disagree, I show you guys love and respect for just coming by my stream, right? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for even checking out a few minutes of my stream. You guys are amazing, right? I love you guys. I do. Haters, trolls, I still love you guys because, it's still support, right? It's crazy how the algorithm works, but it's still support for you guys to just come by and just to check out my stream. So thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Protesters nowadays aren't organic. I don't disagree, but I think I'm more saying that protesters nowadays are not protesting anything substantial, right? Back in the day, right, people protest for the rights of minorities. That's amazing. People protest for the rights of women. That's amazing. What are we protesting now? What are people protesting now? Don't deport illegal immigrants. That BS. Are you kidding me? Don't deport illegal immigrants. That's what people are protesting now? Or, Palestine. Are you kidding me? You're protesting for another country that you don't live in, that you know really nothing about. Those are the two protesters that I see more often. Protesting about illegal immigrants and protesting about Palestine. The stupidity of activists and protesters. I'm sorry. It's idiotic. Modern protesters and activists are idiots. If you disagree, come on. I'm down for the conversation. But two of the main topics, all right, of protesters are stopping illegal, like protesting against the deportations of illegal immigrants, and Palestine. Absolutely two stupid shit. Don't know when everyone started being super soft snowflakes and dumber than stumps. I think the start of participation awards, the participation awards, we were going downhill. You know, the start of participation awards, that's when we were going downhill. All right. Now we want to be inclusive. We want to, you know, pronouns, all that shit. No, people have gotten weaker. People have gotten weaker with time. So, yeah, and that's why I've said this before. I don't mind haters or trolls because I have thick skin. You ain't gonna hurt me. You ain't gonna hurt me if you disagree with me. I wouldn't even call you the worst human being if you disagree with me. All right? I respect you for your different views. I'll disagree with it, but I'll respect you for your different views. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream. I always think that it's important for us to have a dialogue, right? Whether we agree, disagree, I always think it's important for us to have a dialogue. I like protesters who have some. That's interesting. For me, I like protesters who have actual meaning in their protests, right? It makes sense. I don't know why we ain't protesting about American education, right? I don't know why we ain't protesting about, you know, American education. I don't know why we ain't protesting about, I don't know, better home. I mean, like home affordability. I mean, like, seriously, protest shit that actually affects American lives in the larger scheme. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Even the hate, even the trolls. Thank you guys. All right. Please check out my other content. All right. Please check out my other videos. It's helpful. Please subscribe if you guys haven't. Again, I try to do these every so often, right? So we can have a conversation. I think having a conversation with people is a good thing. Right? I think having a conversation with people is a good thing. It's better off. I'd rather have a conversation with each other than us being violent with each other, right? And I'm very respectful. I'm very respectful, even if we disagree. Teachers are comfortably numb. Maybe comfortably dumb. I'm sorry. Like, I respect teachers, right? I respect teachers that are actually teaching our kids, right? That's actually trying to improve our kids' lives, trying to push our kids to be the best. I don't respect teachers that are pushing their personal beliefs onto our kids. I don't respect that. I don't respect teachers that aren't, doing their best to, educate our kids in what matters, right? To be better adults, to be more productive, functioning adults. Yes, protest food prices. Seriously. $6 for milk is bonkers. Like, protest shit that actually matters. Like, it's like we complain about food prices, yet we ain't protesting it. We'll definitely protest Palestine. That's why these kids are stupid. The college campuses, what are they protesting? I mean, I've not seen a single one of them protest free colleges, right? They ain't protesting that, but they care about what's happening in Palestine. I ain't seen these kids protest, better education, but they definitely protesting don't deport illegal immigrants. The stupidity of these kids. That's why these shouldn't be voting. The college students should not be voting. I'm sorry. College students should not be voting. They are stupid kids. They're stupid. They are extremely uneducated. They are emotional kids. So I'm definitely, I definitely don't agree to these kids, voting, and I don't think these kids are, in general, I don't think these college kids are smart enough to, know what's going on in the world. Hell, even adults are not smart enough for it. So you think kids are? No. Even like older adults aren't smart enough. So these college kids are definitely not smart enough. So no, they should keep their nose in their books, right? Become productive adults. Don't worry about politics. Yo, need a Starship Trooper voting system. Yo. Well, if we had a common enemy, that would be interesting. That's a great movie. Starship Trooper was a great movie. I gotta watch that again. I love that. It's one of my favorite movies. Definitely one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Classic. I heard the book. I never read the book. I probably gotta check it out so I can get a more universal take. I probably should check out the book. All right, chat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming by. Thank you guys for checking out the live. Please check out my other content. The Starship voting system is only volunteers can vote. Veterans can vote. Interesting. I mean, I definitely think only a select few people should be voting. I really think that only a select few people should be voting. But we could definitely. I've had my opinions on that before. But guys, you guys are amazing. Please check out my other content, right? Please check out my other content. I love you guys. Whiskey, I love you, my brother Brent. You're amazing. I love you guys. I miss you guys, right? I miss you guys. Can't wait to get back to the States so I can hang out with you guys, chat with you guys on regular live streams. But you guys are amazing, right? I love you guys. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for checking it out. I try to do these prompt, every so often, right? Because I think that it's a good thing we have a conversation. We need to have conversations. We agree, great, but if we disagree, that's also good too. So we can have a conversation with each other. So please subscribe. I do these conversations more and more. I'll try to go back. I usually go back to these topics again, see if I find any disagreeers and stuff. So please subscribe. All right. I love you guys. All right, guys, later.